Murray Bannerman really worked over Ted Lindsay, who was in the goal crease when the puck was out at the blue line. I'm not so sure Murray fully realizes who he's messing with. Terrible Ted could get nasty.
Oh, let's hope not. Bill Esposito tried to knock it away from Whitey Stapleton, and here's Harry Howell with it at center, and Harry gets checked by Pitt Martin. This came out with Jimmy Watson, the former Philadelphia Flyers, back on defense for the Heroes, and he's given it to Bill Esposito. Now the big hand, Frank Mahovlich, had it knocked away at the blue line. Look out, here comes Dennis Hull, heading to the left side. Is he tanned?
Living in Florida and wants to move to San Jose and become a television announcer when they get the franchise started.
Here's a television announcer with the puck right there. Talon, who couldn't get it to Hull at the side of the net. Dennis Hull. And Jimmy Watson gets checked by Pitt Martin. Harry Howell to Jimmy Watson. Marcel Dion cuts to the left side. The pass intended for Shack was broken up by Pappen. Jimmy Watson handles it here. 2 15-minute periods, running time. Harry Howell told me this morning that he hadn't skated, John, since last year's game in Pittsburgh.
And still looks great, doesn't he, for 58 years of age?
And now Marcel Dion. Yeah, he really does. Dion had Goldsworthy in front of the net. And Talon back to break up the play. He's better. He's been critical from time to time of the Blackhawks. Not this year. The Blackhawks are in first place.
And of the referees. I might add something to that.
Bill Goldsworthy intercepts a pass, a 3 on the goaltender break as Bobby Clark gave it to Bill Barber. Look at the play by Bannerman. And listen to the crowd.
Three-way passing play after the missed pass, and I won't say who did it, but it might have been Ivan somebody. What a save by Murray Bannerman. He outweighted Billy Barber, who was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it was the old two-pad stack. Sliding feet first. Here's the pass ahead. You'll see Goldsworthy feeding Clark, who feeds Barber. Nice pass work. Bannerman outweights him. Feet first, a big save. And the crowd enjoyed it.
Bannerman obviously has been watching Belfour this season. 38-year-old Bill Barber had that chance, inducted into the Hall of Fame this past September. Bannerman down again to take that scoring chance away from Bill Goldsworthy. Blackhawk alumni John Marks has shot it down the ice. Glenn Resch left it back of the goal. And here is Lanny McDonald, who was knocked away by Preston. McDonald moved it to the right, and Serge Savard, the general manager of the Montreal Canadiens, tried to center one that's broken up by Marks. Nick Libet in forechecking. Libet had an assist in last year's game. Rod Gilbert, who we saw earlier, had a goal and an assist in that one as the Prince of Wales Conference beat the Campbell Conference by a score of 7-1. Red Kelly takes back to the net by Peter Marsh of the Blackhawks. Darryl Sittler, Lanny McDonald, longtime friends, out together with Nick Libet as the forward line for the Heroes. Reggie Kerr in forechecking for the Blackhawks. Back to the net. Preston had Marks out in front, and Preston couldn't complete it.
I think a few years ago they must have had some bad shampoo here in Chicago, as you see a lot of chromers on
Dennis Hull,
Reggie Kerr out there, Jack O'Callahan, Billy White. My goodness.
And then there's the real Bobby Hull, too. We have 10.5 minutes to play in this first period. There is no score if you've just joined us. It's the Heroes of Hockey in the white uniforms against the Blackhawks alumni wearing the original Blackhawk uniforms of many years ago. And Eric Nestorenko is out on the ice now for the Chicago alumni team, along with Brian Campbell and Lou Andrade. And who threw that? Stapleton?
Whitey Stapleton with that famous hip check.
Lindsay couldn't handle the pass out of the corner, and up come the Blackhawks 3-on-2. Brian Campbell in the middle. Can't get it to Nestorenko, and Gotti had it, lost it. And here comes Phil Esposito. He and Rod Gilbert into the Chicago end. Jimmy Watson trailing. Espo trying to find somebody in the net, or in the front of the net, I should say, where he would normally be, J.D. Nobody took the bait. Eric Nestorenko on the right side. Couldn't get it to Brian Campbell and Esposito, and shot it down the ice. Must have been tired, huh? Knifing as Whitey Stapleton touches the puck. Bobby Hull saying this morning that the shoulder is bothering him. He's probably not able to shoot the puck the way we remember him doing, John.
Jiggs, his last training camp, he was with the New York Rangers. And I can remember the hours he spent preparing himself for practices during that training camp, and he had problems with his shot. At the end of the camp, before he was let go, the shot started to come back, and he still had it. It was frightening how he could release it and release it high and scare goaltenders to death.
9 times a first-team All-Star in his NHL career, twice a second-team All-Star. Stanley Cup won here in 1961. Frank Mahovlich trying to center the puck. There's Eddie Shack, but Stan Mikita has taken it away from him. Mikita looked at the moves over the line, and it's broken up. Danny Potvin clears the zone, and backboard is Cliff Coral. Coral, who'd been on the coaching staff of the Blackhawks, now in private business here in Chicago. Mikita gets checked at center, and there's Frank Mahovlich shooting it on into the Blackhawks zone. Batterman with a long pass into center ice. Coral has it. Mikita coming up slowly to join him, takes the pass from Coral, and the shot is blocked by Serge Savard. Feed it back to Keith Magnuson, the former Blackhawk coach. In around the boards, that's Mikita. Daryl Sutter centers, and the Blackhawks are up for a goal by Cliff Coral.
Ah, what a play this is. Picking on Dennis Potvin and Serge Savard back there as defensemen Coral and Sutter along with Mikita. Mikita starts the play. We'll move it over to Sutter in front with a quick shot as Cliff Coral from the backboards. Chico Resch never had a chance. 1-0 for the Hawks Heroes as Cliff Coral scores. Another look as Keith Magnuson kept the puck in the zone. Good setup play from behind the net. Cliff Coral all by himself. Boom, 1-0.
So Chicago fans have something to cheer about. Their team's on top, 1-0.
Now a nice moment on ice, brought to you by Nice Sore Throat Lozenges. Bobby Orr of the Boston Bruins set new standards for NHL defensemen with his wide-open offensive style of play. A puck handler extraordinaire, Bobby's crowning moment came in 1970 as he led the Bruins to their first Stanley Cup in 29 years. Bobby's spectacular overtime goal earned Boston the Cup. For Bobby Orr, a nice moment on ice.
You must sing tonight. I cannot sing. He's coughing a sore throat.
Take Nice. Sugar-free Nice showers your throat with medicine for icy cool relief.
Ah, cool. Feels better.
Put your throat on ice with Nice.
See an encore presentation of the NHL All-Star Game on Sports Channel America Sunday.
Jiggsy, you talk about uncles, there's Uncle Milty. Every time you get into Boston, he's always got time to stop and say hello and smile and reminisce. What a favorite.
Part of that famous Kraut line in Boston Bruins history. Then, of course, coaching. Former general manager of the Washington Capitals in their early stages. And a great ambassador for this game. Couldn't tell if he was upset with his team. Got back-checking to keep Coral from scoring. One of the big names in Chicago Blackhawk history, goaltender Glenn Hall, not playing tonight. Here's Dennis Hull with a chance. Kicked out by Glenn Resch. And Schoenfeld tries to take it away from Pitt Martin. What I was going to say about Glenn Hall, he said he'd decided to retire. He said he hadn't played in 10 years, and when Cliff Coral scores on you, it's time to retire even from the old-timers. But Cliff Coral has the goal tonight, and Red Kelly tries to tie it with a shot that misses the net. Here's Pitt Martin, Jimmy Pappen, Dennis Hull trailing. Korat moves in as well. Pappen to Hull, the pass off his skates. Now Martin sets up back in the net. Schoenfeld and Goldsworthy went after Dennis Hull.
A little tag team work right there.
Bill Barber for the Heroes gets checked at the Chicago blue line. Jimmy Watson with the first in speed to handle the puck. Could it be that some guys are being showcased for future expansion? Not likely.
There's one right there that could play. Yeah. Lanny McDonald, I think, still could play.
Darryl Sittler got it back to Harry Howe. Takes it away. And Darcy Rhoda down the left side. Shoots one. Stick saved by Resch. Rhoda, as you heard in the introductions, formerly with the Vancouver Canucks, now works for the National Hockey League. McLibbit drops it back. Darryl Sickler centers, and there's Ivan Boldarev. Long pass to Rhoda. Over the line. Howell trying to come back. Drop pass, and the shot by Mulvey went wide of the net. Ivan Boldarev puts it back to the goal. Darcy Rhoda gives it to Mulvey. Put one in front. Boldarev couldn't get to it. Marks does. Up the slot. His shot turned aside by Ratch. Harry Howell clears the zone. McDonald moving up, can't get to it in time, and there's Jack O'Callahan, number 5 in the Chicago uniform, turned it over. Harry Howell just overled McLibbit, but the play is offside at the blue line. We talk about the Blackhawks and what Mike Keenan is doing here now. This man, Billy Ray, look at the numbers that he put up in 20 seasons. I mean, you talk about longevity as a coach, JD. That's it.
The hat?
Yeah.
You got Billy Ray, Punch In Lack. You always recognize these people. Toe Blake, of course, with the hats on in the old days. Used to ride the trains with the hats up top. Serge Savard on the ice right now, Jiggs. Scored one of the most famous goals ever in overtime in Stanley Cup history.
And the guy that he scored it on, who was the goaltender, JD?
Oh, man, I looked at the tape the other day, the first time since 1979, and what an awful goal that was.